Ahoy there, my name's Beth and this is the story of how I renovated my 1904 Dutch sailing barge. This week, fresh from a couple of days rest up north, we're ready to get on with the jobs. So I've had a few days up north in Northumberland, and that probably came at the right time because I was starting to feel really exhausted. So I had a couple of weeks off, one to do jobs and one to rest and relax. So I was up for that last week in Northumberland. So yeah, I had a couple of days sleep, a couple of days reading books and a couple of days walking, so yeah, it's been lovely. But yeah, we need to get on with the job. So this week is probably another one of those bitty weeks where we just kind of pick up a few things, but we're doing prep for bigger stuff. I think I've disturbed that moorhen. So today I'm sort of getting used to being back on the boat. It's really lovely, I really love being back. However, there's been a bit of a pause with jobs, so I need to kind of kick those off again. So if you remember last time we were finishing off the wiring. Now this week I would like to put some more sockets on the ring that we put in last time, because I'd like to switch over the system to that system now. Because at the moment I've got a separate feed that comes in from the bollard. And that's just on a kind of gang plug, on a splitter, whatever you call them. And that's really not ideal. So I'm going to switch it over to the new system. So I'm going to put a few sockets on today just to kind of kick me off. And but I thought I'd show you the plans for the window. It's obviously quite a bit of work to get that done. I did think what I was going to do is I was going to build like a prototype out of softwood, but I think it's going to be a fair bit of work, so I might as well just dive into the hardwood straight away. I'm sure it'll be okay as long as I kind of take my time, but I'll show you the plans anyways. What I've started doing is I started to measure the dimensions. So I've got the outer aperture and I've got the inner aperture, so I started to measure those, and then I started sketching up some window frames. So this is the inner frame, so it's maybe a bit hard to see, but I'll show you in a bit more detail in a sec. So this is the inner frame and that's the outer aperture. So the inner frame, if you remember, is removable, so I kind of want to take that out. And then the outer frame, I've measured the aperture of the outer frame is the size of the outside of the inner frame, and that means the inner frame will sit into it, and it gets hinged, of course, as well. So I've taken all these dimensions, and so what I've done is I've done this drawing. So this is this side to the left is the full side view of the windows. So you can see there's a piece of frame that's fitted into the boat itself. Then there is an inner frame, and that sits inside the outer frame, if you like. And then on the outside there is a shutter, and that has some louvers in here. So what I've done is I've taken the overall aperture and the size of the window pane, and I have sort of subtracted it all away. So you see the central drawing, I've measured the entire height, if you like, and then I've kind of divided that into reasonable pieces. So what I'm left with is this kind of outer frame piece, which is 40mm by 50mm, and then but the actual piece is an L shape itself, and then I can put some 20mm beading on that, and that makes it a square section, or reasonably square. It's 50mm by 40, so rectangular, I guess. So that fits into the larger section, the larger frame, and then on the outside there is the shutter. So yeah, so that's the plan so far. So I'm going to work all those out, and I'm going to order them all online, and then go and pick them up from Fraser Timber Yard just up there. So so there's been quite a bit of work and quite a bit of thinking involved in this, but I think it's going to work pretty well. Yeah, this week I'm going to put some sockets on and yeah, do a few odd jobs. I actually also have to clean the decks, It's not so long since I finished painting them, but of course they get dirty. So so we're going to swab the decks as well. So so let's get on with it. So I've wired in a bunch of sockets now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sockets, and that'll do. No, 6. That'll do for now anyway. So so if you remember last time we were doing some wiring, we checked the circuit with the multimeter. So I'm going to do that again because I've now cut the cable and I've wired them into sockets. So I'm going to test the continuity between all 3 conductors, the neutral, the earth and the live. And that does 2 things. One thing is that it'll make sure that the wiring is continuous, it's in a loop still, and I've not broken that, but also that I've got the conductors in the right place, so I've not accidentally connected a live and a neutral, because if those are 2 connected then the circuit won't be complete. So I shouldn't have done that because I've been careful, but this is a good kind of test to make sure. Okay, so we've got the 2 live conductors for the ring coming into this breaker here. So I'm going to disconnect them from this side because then they are definitely not connected this end, which they were. So just tidy up the core, and I'm going to use the check the continuity. So there's continuity around the positive, or the live conductor. There we go. So that's okay. That's going around the boat and that's fine. So we can pop these back into this block. There we go. And do those up nicely. So we need to do the same now with these two neutrals. They are both into this neutral bus bar, which is connected to this neutral. It just ties them all together nicely. So all we need to do is we just need to take one of them out because we can use that end and the end of the bus bar. So I'll hold this one. All being well, this one should work. Yep, so we've got continuity through the neutrals. And just to check, we don't have continuity through the positive, through the live conductor, but the neutral we do. So that's good. one back in. Okay. It's back in. And finally, again, the earth. Actually, I'm just going to knock that one down a little bit. There we go. So the earth is in this bus bar, so it's connected to the supply, and also, so the supply provides an earth, and also these two. So again, all I need to do is take one out. So I'm going to take that one out because I can actually see. Yeah. Oh no, I thought it was frayed. So we take that one out and do exactly the same. We connect this side to the multimeter and this side. That's okay, that's great, and it's not going off with the neutral and not going off with the live. So that's good. So we'll pop him back in. Okay. So the next thing to do is to try and connect them and get some sockets on. That's good. And Bertie's coming to look. So I've just got the cable from the aft cabin, and so this is the one that I'm going to use temporarily. So it'll be connected into the old socket. But I don't know if you can tell, but there's the deliberate mistake. And on here there are, you can see the pins, and actually one end of this should be female and one end should be male, because so they should be able to plug together actually, form a circuit, but they're not. Both of them are male, so they're actually, I don't know why they were made this way, but they were. But this is the cable that I'm going to use temporarily, and with the new system it's going to be sort of 32 amp ready anyway, so we're going to have a much bigger cable. So this is the same 2.5 mil core, 3 core, and it's going to be a 4 mil core. So, but anyway, this will do for now. So there's not a huge difference really, but I've now got everything plugged into the new ring. So instead of just coming from the shore power to a splitter to a gang plug, it's not ideal. So now it comes into the breaker, then a consumer unit, and then that ring, and that ring is now live. So I've got all the sockets on it, and so I now can run all my domestic stuff from that. So that's a better situation. And when the new system is ready, all I need to do is disconnect the ring from the current temporary consumer unit and wire it into the new system, and then the sockets will keep running. So yeah. So I think for now that's probably all of the electrics we need to do. So I guess of course next is the window frame, so we can kind of focus on that. But yeah, a few little jobs now to do. So I do need to scrub the deck. So yeah, I should probably get on with that. The first time I've used this brush is brush that I got from the Oxford Brush Company, which is where I get all my brushes from. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but they do 20% off code, which I'll put just there, or there. I'll put the code down below. So yeah, this is my deck brush, new deck brush, but I've carved the name of the boat in, or at least part of the name of the boat in. I'm not entirely sure why, but our family boat had a deck brush quite like this that had the name carved in as well, so maybe I'm just copying that. Let's get swapping. was desperate to come and help, but look at him, bless him. You got soaking. Do you care? Not much. So one thing also I'd like to show you are these. They are all of my dad's signal flags. So while I was up north, I also collected these, which are in the loft. So I have all of these signal flags, and they're all beautiful, beautiful small ones. And I also have exactly the same, but a much larger set as well. So kind of 4 times the size of these. So she's going to look amazing in kind of next summer when the mast is up and she's dressed overall. So these are absolutely beautiful, and I'm really pleased with those. But also what I picked up as well was this bag full too. And these are, well, it's the larger signal flags, but also lots of his souvenir flags, if you like. So there's tons of them here. And these are all the ones that he picked up at different events. My favourite one is this one. And this one is is an Old Gaffers Association 50th at Stornoway in 2013. And actually the pennant itself is a tweed. It's really lovely. It's really sweet. So I'm really pleased to have that. And yeah, so there's tons of those. There's Crinan Classic Boat Festival and loads and loads of them. So I'm really quite made up. But there's one that I really absolutely, it brought back loads of memories. And this was Blythe to Mandal in '97. And this was a yacht race that we used to do across to Mandal. Or Hatholman and near Mandal. So yeah, it was a yacht race from Northumberland across to Norway. So this one is from '97. So that's lovely as well. So these are really lovely memories. They're really lovely memories of flags, but they're mostly his memories, of course. But there's lots of them. So that's really sweet to have. So they can stay on board as well. So what I also wanted to show you were these, and this of course is a British flag, and this is my father's originally old red ensign. So this was the one that he used to fly before he started flying the blue ensign when he was a member of Royal Northumberland Yacht Club. So yeah, this is his red ensign, and this wasn't flown on a flagstaff. This was up the backstay. So this was the kind of at sea flag. So yeah, you can see that's seen lots of service. So that's a beautiful one. That's one to sort of keep and cherish really. But also I found a bunch of his courtesy flags. And of course you'll hopefully recognise this one, which of course is the Dutch flag, and this is when we sailed to Holland years ago. So that's from that time. Of course French courtesy flag as well. I've got them. Apologies, I've got them the wrong way around. So yeah, this is the French flag, French courtesy flag. This one is the Isle of Man courtesy flag, which are lovely, and of course the Irish flag. What a beautiful flag that is. So this one is the, I'm not sure whether you'll know what this one is actually, but some of you might do, but it is the Northumbrian flag, or the flag of Northumberland. And it's designed to look like castellations because there are plenty of castles in Northumberland. So yeah, the Northumbrian flag, the flag of Northumberland, that's that one. And then of course you'll recognise this one. This is the beautiful Saltaire. So, given the Scottish flag, can you tell me what flag this is? Well, it's on the other side, which I nearly showed you. And this is the flag of Orkney, of the Orkney Islands. So this was from when we sailed up to Orkney. Actually, we sailed up to Orkney quite a bit, Orkney and Shetland. So that's from there. So that would be the courtesy flag when we were entering the Orkney Islands. And this one, which looks a little bit like the Scottish flag, I'm going to put it upside down because it's written on the inside. So, can you tell which flag this one is? Want to guess? It is the Shetland Islands. So I'm really proud to have these. These lived on the boat for a long time, and then thankfully we kept them. So yeah, that's rather special. It's really special. I'm really proud. Just a quick thank you to you all for watching, for being with me, and a special thanks to Teresa and Steve who bought me coffee from the link below. The fund for the ensign and the Flagstaff's going really well, and thanks again for that. It's really generous of you and much appreciated. But see you all next week, and stay safe.